another exciting episode of the original guru of good game, or the OG of good game for short. And I'm your host, the original guru himself, Zero Game. I want to thank you once again for coming back, for listening, for sticking around, and for hanging out with me. And for all those that listened and no longer listen anymore, I once again will thank you for listening as long as you did. I appreciate it. Much love to you. And if you're not enjoying what you're out there listening to, come on back. Love to have you listen again. And today, on this episode of the OG of Good Game, once again, go to www.oggoodgame.com. You can like, share, comment, leave a message, and I would love to hear from you. Now, we are on to number 2 of the Good Man Guide. And this is the second pillar. I don't really like pillar. Whatever y'all want to call it is all right with me. I just haven't figured out a good name for it yet. Stage, principle, whatever. It doesn't make a difference. It's just as long as you get them and you use them. So once again, get out a pen and a paper, write it down, keep it in your wallet, tattoo it on your wrist, write it on your forehead so you see it every time you're in the mirror. I don't care how you do it. Just keep this stuff in mind. Now, on this week, we are talking about the Good Man Guide, and this is the number 2 pillar, and it is real man versus a good man. Now, I know people are saying, well, I thought you was talking about a good man. Isn't a real man a good man? No. Let's get that established right now. So we're going to establish that first. A real man. What is a real man? Okay, a real man would be a man who would get up every morning like clockwork, go to a unfulfilling, back-breaking crap of a job, and will do it every day, 5, 6, 7 days a week if necessary. And why does he do that? Because he wants to take care of his family. And a real man will do that. He will put up with the bad job, work conditions. He will put up with the low pay. He will put up with the asshole boss, supervisor that always wants to talk a bunch of smack while you doing all of his work, or her work for that matter. So, like I said, this falls both sides of the coin, male and female. You can be a real man or a real woman and not be a good man or a good woman. So let's get that established right now. Like I was saying, that a real man is the type that he'll work extra shifts. He'll take on additional hours. He'll do whatever he needs to do in order to make sure that the ones he care about and love is secure, have a place to stay, make sure they have good food to eat, or just food to eat. Kind of hard to get good food at low pay, but he will do his best. He will also make sure them utilities are paid, the lights, the gas, the water. He will do whatever is needed to make sure that his family is secure and safe. A real man will work extra hours, longer hours, extra shifts, weekends, late nights, just so he can get the money needed to get the gifts for his family for birthdays, holidays, Christmas, special occasions, just so he can see the smile on their face and the joy in their eyes. And he will do that. He will bust his hump just so he can bring a smile to those that he care about. A real man is also the one that'll go in the bathroom and kill a spider. A real man will take the mouse out the trap. A real man will shovel the snow. He'll cut the grass. He'll take out the garbage. A real man will repair the sink that's clogged up. He'll even come in there with the plunger and unclog the toilet after you went in there and clogged that motherfucker up. Because that's what a real man does. He steps up to the plate and does what is needed to be done when it's needed to be done. And that just shows you the length that a real man will go to look out for his and his own. Now, we didn't establish that part. Let's get another thing straight. Just because you're a real man doesn't make you a good man. A real man will jump in front of the bullet for you. A real man will stand up to anybody that tries to harm you, tries to oppress you. A real man will speak truth to those that don't want to hear it. But a real man also can be bullheaded, stubborn, arrogant, sometimes self-centered about what He needs to get out of this situation. I'm doing all of this stuff for you. I'm paying the bills, buying you clothes, getting your hair done. What do I get? And he'll do things in the sense that he's waiting to get something back. A real man sometimes does not express his emotions or his feelings to his significant other, which leaves a lot of times women confused about where they stand in this relationship. Those are some of the things that a real man is. Now, they're not all in every man, but you can find bits and pieces of each one of these things I just said in a real man. You know, real men, they're tough. They willing to stand up and battle. They'll fight. They'll defend you. They'll get in confrontations. That's what a real man is. Real women do the same thing too, but that does not make them a good man or a good woman. And the reason why I say that is because we can look at examples right now, so-called real men. Let's take our president, for instance. Now, he would be looked upon as a real man. He takes care of his bills. He takes care of his family. He does things to make sure that they're okay and this, that, and other. But is he a good person? No, he is not. See, a real man can also be a racist, a chauvinist, a bigot. But in society's framework, a real man takes care of his home and those that dwell in his home. A real man takes care of his family and his intimately close friends. That's what a real man does. Real men tend to be violent when they get in confrontations because they don't normally know how to conversate things and work them out. So they get straight into the violent part. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to rebut your argument. So I'll just cut to the chase and kick your ass. And don't be surprised, real men do get their ass whooped too. That's just a fact. But those fall in the guidelines of a real man. And that's why I say it's different than a good man. Now, a good man will do a lot of the things that the real man do, but a good man is not arrogant. A good man is not self-centered about what all he get. A good man gets pleasure out of pleasing others. Well, those that he care about the most. Always remember, a good man will not be played for a fool. A good man will do good deeds. But if a good man see you trying to take advantage of his good deeds, a good man will roll. Plain and simple. He will bounce and won't think twice about it. He out. I'm done. Fuck you. Put me through all this shit? Hell no. So we got to remember those things when we speaking of a good man or reflecting on a good man or trying to determine what a good man is or what a good man isn't. Those all fall into that play. Because a good man is emotional. A good man respects your emotions. A good man respects your opinions. Matter of fact, a good man looks forward to your opinion and thoughts on things. Because a good man wants all the best information that he can get before he makes a decision. Good men tend to make decisions not necessarily for themselves, but for everybody that's around him. In other words, if I'm going to make a decision about doing something, I want to make sure that it doesn't negatively affect anybody that I care about, that it doesn't negatively affect my family and my friends. It doesn't negatively affect my lifestyle or my home life or my job or my business or whatever way I make my money. A good man is not solely bent on financial gain. Where a real man, that's all they want is money. They going after that money one way or the other, they gonna get it. Now that doesn't necessarily mean they'll get it illegally, but they will make the effort to get it in a way that most people will say, oh, dude, that was kind of grimy. Wasn't illegal, but it's kind of grimy the way you did that, and you screwed them people over, blah, blah, blah. That happens. See, a good man does not need to do that in order to come up. A good man will look at all available options to him and take the ones that are best for him in his situation. A good man always uses logic when he's dealing with other people in other situations and things to make sure he doesn't get emotionally involved and make a bad decision. See, those are just some of the things that a good man versus a real man. And you need to know them distinctions between the two, because a lot of times you get fooled. You think a real man is a good man. A man can be controlling, dominating, arrogant, spiteful, vengeful, mean. A real man may be a man who would whoop your ass. Where a good man will look at you and say, if you get me to the point of anger to where I feel like I need to physically harm you, a good man will turn, walk out the door, and I'm out and be gone and be done with it. I'm not about to be in no relationship where I got to beat a bitch. That's a good man. A good man will stand up for a woman who is in a relationship with a man who will beat a bitch. Where a real man will see another man beating a bitch ass and be like, that ain't got nothing to do with me. What did she do to piss him off that he got to whoop her ass? And unfortunately, that's a mindset that a lot of real men roll with on a daily basis. So you need to be very specific about if you want a real man or a good man. Because a real man can sometimes not be a good man. But all good men are real men. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I want y'all brains to marinate on that for a little while. Maybe see if something in there you might want to incorporate into your daily thought process. And hopefully that knowledge will bring you some enlightenment and some happiness and some good vibes in your life. Now I'm going to end that right there. And then next week on the OG of Good Game, I'm going to give you the third pillar, which is a good man or a good woman has to be strong. And we're going to get in that because that's more than just the physical strength. That's mental and emotional and spiritual. We have to be strong on all levels. And we're going to get deep on that one because that is the one thing that if you're looking for in a good man or a good woman, make sure they strong mentally, make sure they capable physically, and make sure that they are extremely strong spiritually because there are some things in this world that will tear your spirit down if you ain't strong, that will tear your mind apart if you ain't strong, that will fuck you up physically if you ain't capably strong to withstand it and to recover. Now, we're going to get deep into that next week on the OG of Good Game. Once again, I want to thank everybody for listening, and I give a shout out of love to everybody who's downloaded, who's liked, who's shared, who's commented. I want to just give you nothing but love. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And this is the thing that keeps me motivated to keep putting out this podcast. And if you want to like, share, comment, or listen to some previous episodes, you can go to www.oggoodgame.com. And on there, you can either use the embedded player or right below it, you'll see the little buttons that allow you to click on whatever platform you might like. I would recommend everybody give a try to the Bullhorn platform because it allows you to listen to the OG of Good Game without burning up your mobile data. You can call a number and listen to the show, and you can listen unlimited with your unlimited phone plan. All right, so I appreciate it if you do that, and I hope that you come back next week to catch the exciting conclusion to the 3 pillars of a good man and the Good Man Guide with your host, the original guru himself, Zero Game. And I'm going to end this the way I always end this because you know I'm going to end it this way. Love, peace, and hair grease.